for the continuation of the evidence, case number RSC 2019-000337, filed February 6, 2024. Okay, so this is a motion notice to reopen. Lawful direction for this motion notice to reopen this case due to newfound evidence being overwhelming and outrageous acts of frauds and gross misrepresentations, concealments brought upon this court and against my title concerning testimonies and representations by the defendants, attorneys, insurance companies, former officers, directors of Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association. Justification: exhibits 1 through 33 as partials due to size and realized evidence. Fraud vitiates all. Okay, so let's we're on exhibit 2. Well, let's see. We're on exhibit 2. Let's look at this. Okay, we're on exhibit 2, ballots, tally, extent of ink papers, minutes, proofs. Okay, this is exhibit 2.
And when you say extend of ink, it's extend of incorporation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you have on here. Okay.
Okay.
So here it is. We're gonna give our testimony and comments to this ballot tally, extent of ink papers, minute proofs, which are in my possession as they voted me in as a secretary treasurer. So let's go over that. We're going to talk about it. Okay, so here's one. This is the books and records of Wilcox Ranch Property Owner Association. Meeting July 16, 2016. So Robert Naring, President, Bob and Natalie Naring, Kern and Associates. Kern and Associates LTD will be contacted and move forward on collection of delinquent assessments. Second by Frank Doms. Attorney says we need to record a notice of articles of incorporation and bylaws. Second, Frank Doms. Okay, so what this is showing is they were operating this thing like it was, you know.
Actually, I'm not quite sure that he was still living here.
Well, this is on the minutes from July 16, 2016.
I don't think he was still living here.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that's what's in their minutes. I wasn't. Yeah. We got our property in 2017, so I'm just going through here.
I know he wasn't living here then.
Okay.
In 2016, he was in North Carolina.
Okay, it says property owners present: Henry, Roy, Rob, Peters, Maureen. Let's see. Well, he was on. No, he was on video. He was on conference call. Frank Doms.
Okay.
He was on a Frank's conference call. Okay.
Because he still owned my property.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why. Yeah.
Motion made by Robert Naring. Okay. Topic discussed. Attorney will need to be contacted in regards to recording the properties involved with the ditch company. We will have more of a discussion on what is learned from the attorney. Okay, so what I'm saying is they have the books and records of the ditch company. I don't have them. Okay, I wasn't elected in on that, and that's a concealment of the record and my title rights, because we have the ditch goes through our property at 4055 Wilcox Ranch Road, and everyone else, according to the documents, have a right to get water out of the ditch. Okay, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay, but we actually have a pond out there, and the creek runs through our property, and that's what was sold to us. Okay,
I believe in the purchase documents it says that I'm allowed to use water out of there via a pool. So that means and then it talks about laterals. So I believe I'm allowed to make a little channel to a pool on my property, which is about 20 feet from the...
Certainly the Zero Power Springs has violated our title rights, but what I'm saying is they're concealing the books and records. I found stuff in the Property Owners Association where they were using checks out of there to pay some bills for the dish company. Okay, they're not supposed to be doing that. This is a separate entity. Right. The problem is they've hijacked it. They didn't give up these records or the finances or anything to this ditch
Yeah, they
company.
wanted to retain control of it.
Okay, so anyways, uh, okay, they talk about, so now here's another one, and let's see, on on filing the amendments to Articles of Incorporation to extend the terms of Wilcox Ranch Property Owners Association, Wilcox Ditch Company. Okay, so this was in 16, and they needed 56 votes. You can see here that they didn't have it. They didn't have it here either on the ditch company, and seven votes, one no, all this stuff. Okay, now mind you, there is no ballots in the records. Okay, so the motion to adjourn meeting 11 comment by Natalie Neri. Let's go down here. Kernan Associates Ltd. has started a process for collection of delinquent assessments, and we have all the things where they were doing it against these properties, making representations. They had all authority. So you go down here. Now, next meeting, July 15th, 2017, location, Rand Performance, Inc., 1455 Deming Way, seat 33, Sparks, Nevada. And I want to make
it present at that meeting.
You were? Okay, I want to make a comment that there was a check written for some $800, and the reference was it Rand Performance. Okay, so I don't know if they were using this to do their own personal, for their own business. And I have that check in the records where the notes say Rand Performance. So I think that they used it to move some equipment or something there. Okay, so thanks to the neighbors, D Dozer, it was a quick fix. D7 Dozer. I believe that's the dozer that they left abandoned on the road there. I'm not sure, but so now we go to July. This thing goes down. Let's see. That looks like the same one.
Oh, is that what it says?
Okay,
on the note?
So here.
D7 Dozer?
Yeah. Isn't that a D7 Dozer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one they left abandoned, and they left it hijacked, and the part, and they admitted it. Wanted to use it if they would fix it after they left it there as a boat anchor. Okay, so now we're on 17. These are the minutes, and you can see the people here, the board members. Discuss a pass to hire Gail A. Kernan Associates Ltd. as legal counsel for Wilcox Ranch Dish Company Association. Like I said, we don't have that. The Wilcox Ranch Dish Company retains the property owners that have surface water flowing on the properties. Well, that's us. Agenda items discuss filing with Washoe County notice of Wilcox Ditch Company as homeowners association. So see, this is all being concealed from us. Meanwhile, they're over there blocking the waterway at Zero Paw Springs. Okay, this is another representation here. Collection of delinquent assessments. One property owner on payment plan and paying on a timely basis. One property or collections paid in full. One remaining property owner still ongoing with attorney 077-440-02. There are some inquiries about this piece of property mentioned at the meeting. If you'd like the information on property 077-440-02, email Natalie at this address. Natalie will be sending what information available. Now I want to talk about that because I believe that's a Clifford property. And this is like inside information when these things are being sold on the courthouse steps. Okay, so they're putting out inside information. There's been 3 or 4 of these properties sold like this, and it's like they know, and they're getting these properties for nothing. Okay.
40,000 for 88.
Yeah.
I'd think so.
Okay, so I'm just making that note here. And I believe that's the property here. I'm not sure. I'll have to look this number up. But I'm just showing the operations here, the representations. So we bought our property in 17, both of us. So I didn't get to go to this one here. So here's one, July 15th, 2007. This talks about the positions here of the people who are the officers right here. And this one here, he's adverse, saying it doesn't exist, even though he voted a perpetuity in. So we go down here, and board members present. You can see this. And you actually were present on this one. You were there, okay? And you're highlighted in here. And so there are many questions regarding two-third voting system on our incorporation papers. On the ballot that we sent out, continue the homeowners association, the ditch company, it states pursuant. We got to go through here because we're running out of time, but this is based on 85 property owners. If no ballot is returned, it cannot be counted as yes or no. Okay. So we're going down here, and they did it again. They didn't have enough. Okay, and we come down here. This is the 18. 18. We didn't get to vote for it. Let's see here.
No,
property owner present.
That's after they destroyed
Okay.
my property. I was intimidated into not going to that meeting.
Yeah, Wilcox Ranch Property Owner Association, Wilcox Ditch Company articles of incorporation are being amended and filed with the Secretary of State to change the term for which the association shall exist. Ballots for Wilcox Ranch POA 56, yes. Okay, ballots for Wilcox Ditch 24, yes. Okay, so they passed both these, and then they had the attorney go record it. Okay, now they're saying it doesn't exist. Road work, Kathy stated that we need to do some road maintenance soon. And this guy here, he's adverse to the Property Owners Association after he voted it in, Bob. Let's see, a meeting adjourned by this person, Kathy, and this person, Bob. I want to talk about this last part real quick. It's a note, more excitement out here in Wilcox Ranch properties. The Prairie Fire, which started off Pyramid Highway and moving into Palomino Valley, heading towards Wilcox Ranch properties. The great firefighter stopped at about 4 miles from burning out our properties. It was quite smoky and quite nerve-wracking, but it's great to know everyone saw it. What I want to talk about is you can't get a fire truck up there, up to the top of Pond Peak and other places because the roads are so bad, and they're threatening us, and we can't get the road work done. And they're over there rubber stamping subdivisions after we told the fire chief, one of the fire chiefs, about the emergency service access. Okay, this refers to Zero Powwow Springs. So I just want to make note of that. But that will conclude this Exhibit 2 concerning this matter.